All right, let's make sure you guys can hear me. Looks like you guys can. All right. I have been kind of noodling around with this idea since yesterday where we'll probably do something around the next few like the question was asked, what are we doing next, right? In the Linux group. We just got done with the big Prolog Linux Systems Administration course. And some of the guys were asking, like, well, where are we going to go next? Like, what do we want to do for this next little part of the project? And I think maybe the next thing we'll do is we'll focus on some of the security stuff, because I do think people are interested in, everybody wants to do security. How's it going, Akshunya? We're just hanging out. We're not working too hard today, like normal. And I wasn't even sure I was going to stream today, because I have to maybe go over to maybe Ohio, but I guess Ohio's getting just dumped on right now for a storm. Like, I guess there's like a blizzard, so it's very possible that my flight's going to be canceled out there. So it's possible that I'm just going to bump it till next week. Home lab update? Yeah, maybe. Akshunya, the only reason I don't show people how to build a home lab, or the reason I haven't focused on that, is just there's so much going on with it. Like, there's so much, like, I think any idea for somebody to build a home lab for me anymore nowadays, like if somebody were to be like, hey, I just want to do a little bit of Linux, and I'd be like, well, why even build a home lab? Like, you can do all the Linux you want out in the cloud for free. Like, you can go get a Amazon Cloud account, and for a whole year you can run a server out there and just touch it with all the Linux command line you ever want, without ever even paying $1. And that's, so like my thing is, like, I need, if people want to do home lab or want to talk about stuff, I need more like, what are they doing with it, if that kind of makes sense. Like, what do they want to kind of where do they want to see that stuff go, I guess, maybe, if that makes sense. But yeah, I was looking at, what should we do for the course maybe going forward? Like, what do we want? If we were to do 8 weeks of securing Linux, what would we look at? What would we focus on? These are kind of my etched out notes for right now, what I think I would want to show people. And then I'll just start kind of organizing this. And then, because we hit a lot of the stuff in the Linux Systems Administration course, the goal of that, of course, to make you a well-rounded administrator. But then if the focus were to shift to just securing Linux, I think that might be something that people want to spend a little extra time with. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm just kind of looking at stuff. And then the thing I have on the left, we tend to, some people probably remember back before we started the Linux course and I was always recording on Sundays, we used to use Sundays just to do labs. Like, if you popped in here on a Sunday, I was doing labs. So what I thought is we'd get in here a little bit and work on maybe some labs while we're kind of thinking about this other stuff. So if anybody wants to do that, you can. We'll start with one of the security labs. Actually, this is the first security lab in our little setup. I'm going to link it to people that want to do it with me. So there it is in the chat for anybody that wants to join. It's free. It doesn't cost you nothing. And we're just going to go and look at, it says your security operations team has informed you that an alert for unknown users has gone off on your Node 01 instance. Now, if your security operations team is the ones informing you, that means that you've got some monitoring in place. You've got some maybe good alerting going on if they captured it, right? If they caught it, unless somebody just happened to be watching. So you need to connect to the server Node 01 and look at the appropriate log to determine login attempts, right? Add usernames into a file called root users, and then add the number of attempted user logons into a file called root attempts. So you've got to put some files together. If you don't do that, you're not going to actually pass this part of the lab. Like, if I hit check right now, it'll say you didn't do it yet, buddy. There's a solution down here that'll give us the answer if we want, but at the base minimum, we can SSH to node 01, right? And then we can say, okay, we've got some weird login attempts. It's probably under var log, right? But then which of these is going to deal with login attempts? Well, I might say like grep for failed from everything and see I'm getting failed. Okay, well, there's some syslog stuff, but am I seeing anything in like, there's a lot of syslog stuff. Maybe I say grep auth. Maybe I just want the auth one. Oops. And here's the auth log. So the auth log was at the top. Maybe I should have put like a more on there. And I see some failed passwords for invalid users, right? I've got suspect 1, suspect 2, suspect 3, and real user. So there's 4 login attempts that are failed. Say last B. I never used that. That's interesting. Those are attempted, right? Attempted logins. That's very interesting. I like that. But here's the thing. We can see the failures right here in authlog. We can see them. I have the answers here too. Those are all failed last B. I don't think I've ever used last B like that. I like that. So here's all the failed ones, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 users that have failed to log into our system, right? Now, I often ask this when we do this lab. Do these names mean anything? Do they actually mean anything that it's suspect, 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 and real? Does that matter, or is that just a name? Like when we look in my home lab here, right? Oh, where's my home lab here? And we look at all the people that are trying to log into my system for like the last 6 hours right here. These are all the system users that are trying to come in. Does it matter that they're picking all these random names right here? See all these random names? These are just guess names that they're using. Trying to NFS nobody. That's clever. They're trying root, but root can't get in. We know that. DPS. They're trying for like ActiveMQ and names that are common, or names that are typically Ubuntu Student 01. Actually, that's probably closest name to any name that I have, right? Okay, so important to see, like, they're just trying to get in. Yeah, and then they get blocked based on their IP after a little while, which I think is kind of funny. But we come over here and we can look for invalid, and we can see suspect 1, 2, 3, and real user are all users that could not get into our system. So we're going to go back to the control plane, and we're going to answer our question right here by putting all this into root users. So if we cat root users, we see those 4. And then if we say how many failed login attempts were there were at least 4. I guess I should say how many failed login users were there. It's 4, right? So another thing, I don't think this is one. I don't think, yeah, we didn't, this isn't the one that I did the cron tap. I think I just set it up when we first did it and we tried to log in. On the sudoers one, you'll see that every minute it tries to sudo. So this is the, so where I'm going with this is we're looking at this, we see that the 4 users that tried to log in over here didn't get in. We see that they're invalid users, and we now have kind of identified what the unusual activity is, right? So we identify that, that's good. And then there's one user that we find out, we talk to the security team, and there's one user that's supposed to be existing. Maybe it didn't get created by the normal identity and access management team. Maybe our process that goes ahead and picks that up from there isn't running properly, and for some reason real user didn't get put on our systems. We are not in the business as Linux engineers and Linux admins for a company. We should not be in the business of making users on Linux boxes. If you're making a lot of users on Linux boxes, one, that tends to be a violation of security posture. A lot of times we don't do that. And 2, it's just a nightmare to try to manage, guys. To create users and to keep their UIDs the same across systems, it's more of a hassle than it's worth. So what most of us do, what I do, and what most of us do, is we allow our identity and access management team to handle that through tools like LDAP and Active Directory and stuff. And we just establish a trust identity with those systems, right? We're not going to get into that now, but for the case of this user, we will do that. We'll do that in the course here. So we're going to say, so I'm putting in ideas for when I run this course. This is the new course that we're putting together. I have one more too that I need to come up with an idea for that last one, but we'll figure that. You know what? Well, maybe I'll think about that last one. All right, now I'll move this over so you guys can see it better. Those are the proposed. These are the ones I'm thinking of doing for the next run of our little Linux course. Ensure that log can run it. Okay, so we're gonna come down here and we're gonna say what is the goal here. We need to make this user, and then we need to make sure that it can be logged into. So let's go and we'll check the ID for real user, and we'll see that somebody already created real user on one machine. Maybe the process to build users worked here, but it didn't work over on node 01. So we'll go ahead and go to node 01 and create that user. Now the -m makes it make the home directory, because that's not by default in Ubuntu like it is on other operating systems. So you got to use the -m or it won't make your home directory. And then I say, yeah, we normally wouldn't do this part, as some LDAP or outside authority typically gives a user password, but we'll do it for this lab. We'll just make a password. So I'm going to SSH to node 01. We'll make a password for him. And the password will be 1234. Most secure password you ever heard of. All right. Then we'll exit back over. And then now, if we SSH to node 01, we're going to do something that normally I would never advise doing on a Linux box, guys. We don't wipe logs. However, in this case for this lab, we want to wipe the log just to see something happen. That's one. And two, in a modern Linux system, this should be fine, because really we should be sending logs off the system in real time to some kind of third-party tool, Loki or Splunk or Graylog or RSysLog or something like that. So we're just going to wipe the logs for fun, get rid of them. And then we're going to rerun this little login script that we have. This login script is going to try to access the boxes. Mr. Anderman, hey, how's it going? We're yeah, you're looking to get into Linux and cybersecurity. Nice. Well, I think that Linux and cybersecurity definitely go hand in hand. I think Linux is the way to get over into that space a lot of the times. I often liken Linux to, if any of you have ever been in a band or seen a band and known anybody that's musical, they almost always have a piano, because piano is kind of like the base for a lot of like noodling around in music. Well, B-A-S-E, bass. It is funny that it said bass like B-A-S-S, though. That's funny. B-A-S-E. I said bass. Anyways, all right. The reason I bring that up is Linux is kind of a place that people go to jump off into all of these other areas. So we have a Linux group. It is free. I'll drop it in the chat if anybody wants to hop in there. We've got about 3,400 people in there or so. And I just think Linux is a way that a lot of people get into those other areas. No, Def Not Freddy, does the contents of the log still remain in memory? No, will not be able to be read through normal means once we wipe it like that. No, we are echoing nothing and doing what's called a clobber over the top of that log. So that log is done. Also, did my thing just break? I think my closed captioning just broke. Go back there. All right, is that better? Hold on, let's see. Yep, all right. Pull this back up. Pull this back up. All right. Anybody that wants to know how the sausage is made, the closed captioning here is just PowerPoint behind everything, right? So we've wiped it. We've rerun our root script. If you want to see what that root script does, you just go look at it. And all it does is try to log into each of those, right, and do an ID, but it doesn't work. So then we go and we look in there and we see that suspect 1, suspect 2, and suspect 3 are all still invalid users. So if that worked, that means that real user is a real user. Now this is still going to break right here. You would still have a failed login, but the failed login is because the script didn't know the password, right? So we're going to go ahead and go forward and says the real user is now set up, and we want a key so that we can log in as that user, right? Maybe for securing Linux we do maybe this last one will be Maybe that'll be our last. If we do an 8-week course, we just did a 16-week course on Linux systems administration. Maybe this will be our 8-week course. I'm just throwing notes over here while we talk. How's it going, Chris, over on the YouTube side? We're not working too hard. Monkey Man over on the Twitch side and Bottleneck. Yeah, Merry Linux Sunday. Yeah, we normally do labs in here, but I'm just kind of messing around today. I might be flying to Ohio if inclement weather doesn't. I was reading yesterday that Ohio is going to experience the most snow tonight of in the last 10 years. So I'm like, well, that sounds pretty bad, and blizzard conditions in part of it. So I'm trying to fly into Dayton, and it's very possible that the everything's going to be shut down. So if that's the case, I'm not flying out tonight, and I'll probably fly out next week for travel. Because yeah, if it's winter storm, there's nothing I can do. Yeah, that's Chris. That's basically what I'm dealing with. Yeah, it's moving up into Ohio right now, I guess. I saw that it had hit. Was it Kansas already? I don't know exactly all the places it's hit. I haven't been following the NOAA weather as much, but which is funny. If some of you guys know me, I deal a lot with NOAA. I work on their supercomputer, so it's kind of fun. I actually have a card in my wallet, one of their CAC cards, right? Yeah, Mr. Anderson, this is kind of the start of a new course over here that I've been putting together. I was thinking about it last night. The guys were asking me, like, where do we go now? And the idea is probably, let me see if you guys can actually see this. You know, we're going to take a little bit of a break. The real course doesn't end until the 19th right here, so people still have 2 weeks to finish the course if they wanted to. But then I think we'll take a little bit of a break. I think the people that were doing the course saw how much work it was, and they're probably burned out a little bit. I put a lot of work into building the course, so I'm a little burned out. And probably January, February. Maybe we'll start it in March, early March. Yeah, Monkey Man. Yeah, well, I'm also enduring a sunny day. I think Phoenix is going to get to 70-something today. So I will be in a sunny day until I possibly go to Ohio to freeze my ass off. Hold on, my brother's messaging me. Hold on, guys. I need 1 second. I gotta go yell something to the wife. Hold on. Hey, wifey. Julie. Mommy's coming over. He's bringing some stuff in like 10 to 15 minutes. You want to drop some stuff off? Okay. Go back streaming. Oh, I'm surprised this thing didn't pick up my voice. Sometimes it picks me up from the other room. I was yelling to my wife that my brother's coming over. All right. Where are we at here, guys? So, anyways, the point is we won't do this right away. You know what? Hold on. There's something else. I think. No, we need to add. Oh man. I guess this would have to be unit 1. We'll have to move them all down. At least down. Maybe I shouldn't even number these yet. Has to be build standards and compliance. So this is going to be all of our build stuff. Build standards, all your compliance and tools. So this will be the CIS benchmarks, the STIG. And we'll probably look into how to build that out. This isn't going to be like a simple course. This one's going to be a lot more advanced over here on the right. All right, anyways, on the left, we gotta connect to. We want the control plane node, the root user, who we are, to be able to connect into that real user, right? He can do it right now. If I SSH-L as real user to node 01, and I know the password 1234, I can go over to, I could type, I could be on that box, but then I'm back on my box, right? And that's fine, right? But for the purposes of this lab, we wanted to practice building a key. So we wanted to learn how to build a key. So we can do an SSH keygen command, and this will build an RSA key. But by default, it wants to go root.ssh ID_RSA. And if you use that, you're going to overwrite your ID_RSA and ID_RSA.pub, your private and public key for this system. So we want to use this other one. We're just making one up, which is real user RSA, right? And we're going to leave no passphrase. We don't need a passphrase. And it's going to generate. So now on this box, what did that do? I should have showed you this before, but if you cd to root.ssh, ls-lh, and date, you'll see that right now, we just made these two. So see how it's January 5th at 1628 in UTC? There you go, 1628 UTC. These were the two that we just made. The private key gets 600 permissions, meaning only I can read it, only the root user can read it. Nobody in my group can read or write it, and nobody in everybody else can do it. But the public key can be read by anybody, me, by my group, and by anybody else in the world. So that's 600 permissions up here and 644 permissions down here, right? We're going a little fast, but hopefully this is stuff most of you are familiar with in some way. All right. Down here then, right, we're going to push that key that we just made. We're going to push the public key over to the other system. So I'm going to say SSH copy ID and copy that over to the real user on that machine. Whoops. Did I name that thing wrong? Under RSA.pub. That's weird. Oh, it's because I had that other thing on there. That's funny. All right. What? RSA.pub. Did I spell that wrong? Oh, god damn. Gosh, you guys got to stop me sometime. I named it wrong. All right, anyway, so when you go to push it, you got to use the key. You guys got to stop me sometimes. In the lab, it'll be right because you won't be dumb like me. But anyways, now I should be able to go over there, but I'll do it as the right key. Hold on. I'll use the right key, which is this ID. Right? This is the real key. And now that should just connect me in as that user. And if I just go over there like this, say ID, who am I? You know, host name. I'm on that box. Jump back over. I'm back on my box. All right, so this lab, my stupid naming aside, I put ID in front. I don't know why I did that. But the point is, all you have to do is make sure that when you copy things or do things, everything matches up, right? Everything in the systems world is chutes and ladders. So while I messed the name up for the lab, it still worked in the actual system because the only thing that mattered was that you pushed the name that existed, right? As you see right here, I don't know why I put ID in front of it. I'm kind of dumb, but I could push it with the right command down here when I put the name correctly. All right. So we hit check and check what? Oh, it's because I checked for the, whatever. We'll just remake it. I was being, yeah, it's because I put the whole, I see what I did wrong. I put that thing in front of it, real user RSA, and then no, and then we'll push it for real, the real way, right here. Where's that? Where's that? Where's my real push? Real user, yep. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then now my validation should work because now the names are right. Okay, fair enough. I broke the name, so it didn't work. Oh, thanks for the follow, guys. 0420 Green A's. Hopefully this stuff's useful to you. We're just putting the Linux in. We're doing some lab stuff right now. I'm just throwing my notes in here as I go, guys. Do I make it 9? Do I make this 12 weeks? Do I put a big project in it? Do I do it like we did last time, where people were just like, "Oh God, there's a project, it's killing me." I'm kind of a madman. I mean, if we're doing it right, we might as well do it for real. And key mat. Let's see. And I might move stuff around too. I'm just kind of etching it all out right now, guys. Mr. Anderman, over here, these labs that are free for everybody, this is just in a tool called Killer Coda. Everything in here, everything in this is all your, this is all Ubuntu in here. Killer Coda is just a free site for you guys to get into Linux boxes and use them as labs. I think that the Killer Coda site's one of the best sites on the web for just getting you guys into Linux. Now, for people that are part of the Discord, right, we got a little Discord. In here, you can get access if you go down. So the lab is all, everything's run out of Prolog projects, right? This is all the project stuff. This is all free. And also beginner start here. This is the 16-week. So that's where you go find the Linux sysadmin course, right? But if you go to the Prolog projects, and this is all the work for the 16-week course. Oh, there was a lot of it. At the beginning of it, you'll find this thing called the it's called the syllabus, because I ran this like it was a college class, and the syllabus looks like this. It's got all the topics that we ran, everything in there. But up here, if we scroll up just a little bit, this is how you connect into the home lab environment. You come in as streamer1 at prolog.asus.com, in port 22, which is your default for SSH, and then you'll get dropped into a jailed user, and then it'll send you off to one of the different Rocky nodes. Defnot Freddy, thanks for the Prime. Hopefully this stuff's useful to you. We are, obviously just doing Linux around here, but I definitely appreciate that. Anyway, anytime you guys do the Prime, it helps keep me motivated, but also, just you don't have to watch ads anymore. That's kind of cool. Yeah, Defnot Freddy, I run a home bastion, so I have for you guys that haven't seen it before. When you jump in from the internet into my home lab, it looks like this. So I'll just show you guys here real quick on a node. Let's go here, clear, CD. We'll just go back to root. If I come in as SSH2 streamer, one at Prolog, we'll just do, on this machine, he can just go at 127.0.0.1 because this is my Bastion host. And I don't remember the password, I gotta go find it. It is in here in the chats, by the way. Something lab. Hold on. Let me go find it real quick. I don't remember what we. Oh no, I can't remember where. I know where to find it. I just don't want to. Hold on. It's all the way up here in big. Might be over here. I'll find it. I'll find it, guys. Something like, hold on, maybe like, that sounds right. Okay, yeah, and then it sends me, I got 10 seconds, guys. I got 10 seconds to get into one of these nodes. If I don't pick it, watch what's going to happen. I'm not, you guys can't see my hands, but I'm not touching anything. It kicked me out. Kicked me out. Now I'm going to go in again, right? And you guys to connect in. Here's the password if you guys want it. It goes to like 2, and it'll send me over to Rocky 2 node. And then when I'm done with the nodes, well, as long as the Rocky's not jacked up. My lab's jacked up? Hold on. Make sure my labs aren't busted. Oh, he's busted. So that's not good. We gotta go fix Rocky 2. Alright. Force reboot on him. We'll watch him boot over here. Let's go fix our labs real quick. I haven't done this morning yet. So over here, we were doing this stuff yesterday. while we were talking about this. Let's go check all our nodes real quick, see what's up. So Ansible will go touch all the nodes that are up, and it'll tell me if any of my nodes are down. Now, Rocky 2 is definitely down. I can't believe I just happened to pick the node that was down. That's annoying. But we're going to reboot Rocky. And yeah, Rocky 2 is down, which that's fine. It's possible. He's trying to boot to his hard disk, which he should not be trying to do. So there's a couple things we might have to do here. I think what happened here is, let's we gotta wipe him. We've had this before, and the easiest fix in this environment is just to wipe this box. So let's kill Rocky 2 real quick. I'm gonna show you guys something. We'll force a shutdown. It's funny that I happened to pick the wrong. I did not know that was gonna be the busted box. Do this. We'll go to like any other box then. So now we're in the dev box, and then when I'm done, I just reboot the box, and then that Rocky 4 box will go back to a clean install every time, right? We got to kill Rocky 2 off. Hold on. So we're gonna delete the VM, and we'll delete all of it. Probably, I think it's when we build the disks out. So we're gonna go to our Rocky template, and we're going to create a new VM from our Rocky template. We're going to call them Rocky 2, right? We'll leave all this stuff as it is. And, yep. That's all fine. That's all fine. Give him all that basic stuff. He'll be all the basic stuff. We'll create him. And then watch, this is what we have to do in this environment, because for our werewolf nodes, let's see, you should be a lab tour one of these. Yeah, I'll do a lab. I mean, I show you guys the lab every now and then. I mean, I kind of walk you guys through it, but my lab's got a lot of crap going on in it. Hold on. Rocky 2 should be coming up here. It's getting built, and then we'll be able to watch this. So we're gonna take his hardware address right here, and we're gonna set this. That was a set in the Rocky containers. That was us setting all that stuff. That was us setting all that stuff. Alright, Control C. That's enough of that. Okay. Rocky 2. Oh gosh, did I name him? I named him. Let me fix his name real quick. Let's give him a lowercase r. Because that'll bug me to no end, guys. Alright. He has a MAC address. We're going to copy his MAC address, right? And his MAC address is definitely different than this one, which is 46 something something. Now it's 26 because they're just randomly generated on the lab internal network. And we are going to www.ctl node set Rocky 2 net devs default dot hwaddr. I think that's right. To that. I think. Maybe. We'll see. Now. Jesus Christ. Reset that damn terminal. Look at that. Alright. It did not reset that. So, how do I set that? I want to say it's just... Alright. Damn terminal. Reset the terminal. That's definitely not right. So I gotta go look. Look that up real quick. Watch. Set node. See if we can find it real quick. Hold on. Node set help might help me. No. All right. Oh, it's the dash dash. Yeah. But I need the hardware. Where is it at? It's all the IPMI stuff. Hardware address. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So it's the same thing, but it's dash dash. Right, HWADDR. Where's that? HWADDR and then the string. So there we go. And probably for niceness sake, we'll do that. Modify it. Let me go look. Is he correct? Yeah, now he's got the 26 address. See that? All right, so now, hold on. Now, theoretically, if this box boots, not even theoretically, let's just force the reboot on him. Oh, you know what? Hold on. wwctl node overlay build. And we have to do overlay build, and we got to do one other thing. Hey, Tawny, how's it going? We're doing overlay build, and then we're going to do the service reload. Give me 1 second here. We can watch this at the console. Is he grabbing his correct stuff, or is he just spinning? wwctl server reload. Yeah. So we can do just in case. All right. Now over here, does he get his net DHCP, and does he see himself as Rocky 2? Yep. See how he sees Rocky 2 right there? I mean, you might be going, well, Scott, you just built that node from scratch. How the heck does he know who he is? Well, because Werewolf over here, Werewolf is the one controlling the DHCP. So when that MAC address comes in, because DHCP is a MAC broadcast, right? It's all Fs at layer 2. And when that broadcast comes out, he's like, who am I? Who am I? And this one, who's the only one responding as DHCP on the network, says, I got you, bro. TFTP off of me and grab all of this stuff right here, and we'll rebuild you as Rocky 2. You'll be a new node. So as your normal, if any of you guys have ever done, most of you have probably done DHCP. If you've ever done like systems work or lab work, we just put nodes in DHCP pools and let them boot. Well, Werewolf is kind of a process where we make stateless nodes just come up and they grab their node identity and they build themselves every time. You spent last week sick? That's no good, Tawny. I hope you're feeling better. We had a lot of people sick. Fisherman spent most of Christmas and New Year's sick, so he was pretty jacked up for a little while there. Alex over on YouTube said, is there a major reason for using XCP-NG over Proxmox? There is not. You guys will find that there's a few things about me. I think I wrote this up the other day because somebody asked me this in the labs, I think. I am just kind of... Hold on. Why is my Discord all busted? Hold on, guys. I can't... Oh, shit. I don't know what's going on here. Let me get over here. Somebody asked me that same question the other day, and I think I wrote it up in here. Let me go look. I think I wrote it up in general. Because I'm not a hardline guy on either of these. Did I write it up? Maybe it was under Home Lab stuff. Might have been under Home Lab stuff. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't write it up. I definitely wrote it up. I just don't know where I put it. But somebody asked me something. Yeah, so, no, I just use XCP-NG because that's what I always have used. I don't care what other people use. Yeah, this is iPXE booting. Yeah, IPXE. IPXE. Yep, iPXE. Yeah, that's what that is, Def Not Freddy. I'm using a tool called Werewolf, which kind of controls it all as a... And by the way, I've been building Werewolf into a lot of systems like high performance compute lately, and it works pretty well. I don't know that it's better than like XCAT that we used to always use, but it's different, and it's different in a way that probably will allow it to keep moving forward. So Proxmox is great. Proxmox is mostly what I tell other people to do. Oh, hold on, guys. My brother's here. I need a minute. I'll be right back. All right, guys. Sorry about that. I'm back. Give me a second here though, because I have a giant Twix bar that's like a yard long, which is about a meter for you people outside of the U.S. My brother brought this over. I don't know why. I think he brought it over because we're doing like a family party here a little later, and maybe he expects some of these Twix to last that long. But what if I just eat them all now? All right. Anyways, that box is up. Watch this. While I'm trying to get at the food here. Not food. It's Twix bars. Ansible. Watch that. Now they all come up clean. That's funny that I happened to get in the one that was busted this morning. I didn't mean to do that, but I happened to find it, even though it was the one that was busted. All right. This is way too many Twix bars right here. All right. It is TFTP, that's true. In fact, if you guys want to see it again, we'll reboot this box again just to see. No, but for you guys that are thinking of getting into running a Linux home lab or something, I would tell you to really investigate what you want to do. I think somebody asked this earlier too, like, hey, you know, walk through a lab or a lab setup. I tell people all the time, if you just want to do like some command line Linux, go on Killer Coda for free. This doesn't cost you anything. I've been in this lab for 40 minutes and they haven't charged me anything, and I've built keys out there and I've pushed them around between two servers, and we can SSH and SCP. We can do all kinds of Linuxy stuff right over here. Oh, sorry, back to the home lab. Let this guy boot. Nope, I didn't mean to fucking do that. God damn. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, he's pulling his identity over iPixie. That's true. All right. So, that's kind of where we're at. Hey, Tani, I don't know if you were around, but we had just finished a 16-week Linux course. And it was on teaching people how to do Linux. And then everybody's been asking me what we're going to do next. And I think this is my course idea. It's going to be somewhere between 8 to 12 weeks, probably. I'm not going to go for a 16-week one again. But this time we'll focus on securing Linux. So I'm going to have the guys learning this, building standards and compliance. I'm probably going to add more, but I'm just going to hit all of these major topics for the guys. Yeah, it actually went well. We had a few hundred people say they were going to do it, and I think we probably had about 6 that are going to finish it or so. But yeah, it's pretty good course. I got better as I went, I think, at getting it organized and setting it up, but like generally to people about who I'm working for on one of my projects. But I have a customer that I work for out of Ohio, one of our company's customers that I've been doing a lot of stuff with, and Stigs are a big part of working with them.
So I hope I'm not lagging. I'm definitely having problems with my damn closed captioning. Uh-oh. Did my connection drop? Where am I at? Who's got me still? Anybody seeing me? Am I back? I don't. Oh man, internet and me, especially on Sundays, it's like when Cox decides to just take my internet down. Am I back? Oh man. Well, it's definitely, if you ask me, it's definitely because Streamlabs is just a piece of shit. Streamlabs is just a garbage tool. I need to go to OBS. I've just been too lazy to go over there. Hold on a second. I've actually had to do... Give me 1 second. Let me switch. Sometimes when I switch scenes like that, it fixes the sound. Well, as long as you guys can see. I guess technically you don't really need to hear me, do you? Here's a question. Can you guys not hear me, but still hear the music? That's a question, because I'm wondering, I have 3 channels of audio, and I wonder if one of the channels is down. Like, specifically just my microphone. Or is the music down too? Because I strongly suspect this is a Streamlabs desktop thing. Their shit, I'll sometimes turn stuff on, and it'll be on for like, 2 hours, and then it'll just all go to crap. All right, hold on. Let me switch. Hold on. Test. Yeah, it sounds like it's working for me over here on the Yeti side of things. You guys have the closed caption, no sound. Some people on YouTube are hearing wild stuff. Yeah, I might have to restart the whole stream because it's just garbage. That's frustrating. Yeah. Yep. Give me 1 second here. I might see, but I can almost guarantee you it's not the microphone itself. Let me switch I'm gonna switch the microphone as an input. Test. There we go. Now, that probably still didn't fix it for you guys, I imagine, but I see that my system, and again, this is another reason that the Streamlabs is garbage, is my microphone's working fine to my rest of my system, right? Like PowerPoint's picking it up, the closed captioning's picking it up. Oh, it's back? Yeah, see, hold on. Let's transition my schedule one more time here. All right. Are we back? Man, I'm telling you, Streamlabs is just big old hot mess of garbage. And it's my reluctance to ever change anything that's keeping me from fixing it like I probably should. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. So let's go back. Let's go look at my home lab environment here. What we were doing was we were jumping in, and we were looking at these different systems, and I think like I could jump in a streamer. Yeah, there's my thing, and then I can jump into any of my nodes, right? And I could jump into like Rocky 10 and see what's going on in my environment. Oh, nice, Tawny. Yeah, Tawny, you've probably seen that OpenSCAP has both a bash and an Ansible fix for literally every STIG under the sun. Well, all the RHEL STIGs anyways. I don't know about all the other ones. But, yeah. I've been doing, Tawny, I don't know if you've been around, but probably the last 3 months I've done more STIG work than all the rest of my career put together. Specifically on like Rocky 9.3 through 9.5 boxes. So, yeah, a whole bunch of it. So, kind of an interesting little thing. I do need to check the weather. Anybody got the weather in Ohio? Is it still pretty bad? I need to see if the storm is gonna. Let's see. Dayton, Ohio weather. Storm warning. Yeah, winter storm warning tonight, which is when my flight's supposed to get in about midnight tonight. So I have a feeling they're gonna cancel this on me. But I'm supposed to be over in Dayton, yeah, and the winter storm warning is like probably like 10 miles over from Dayton, so I have to imagine Dayton's not going to have me flying in tonight. And I was telling the wife, the worst thing could happen is I fly over to damn Atlanta and then they cancel the flight. That would suck. X-Shunny, you still got me as a robot on the YouTube side of things? That's no good. I apologize, guys. I guess... Yeah, Tani, I appreciate you being around. Robotics got... Yeah, I'm still bad over there. Alright, give me a second. I'm unplugging the mic. We're going to give the mic a... Test, microphone. Microphone, test. Huh. Well, I have undone... Oh, yeah, I now it's pissing me off that this isn't coming back. Test. Alright, there we go. Just an old presentation back behind there. Don't worry about what's behind the screen there. Alright. Still off? Slightly off? Well, that's better. I mean, as long as it's still kind of there. It is funny how fickle Twitch is, though. You have a little microphone problem, half the people leave. It's kind of funny. I guess it shouldn't bother me, but... Alright. Where was I at? Ah, yes, systems work. We're building more system stuff out. In the lab... Okay, so everything's right as rain in the lab. Everything's back to working. We don't need to look at that. We only go into the console if we need to. Sounds still bad, YouTube? I don't have... Yeah, I don't have a good answer for you guys. I just can tell you that my streaming tool is terrible. It's the best I can tell you. That's the best I can tell you. Alright. Yeah, I guess it's better over on Twitch side. YouTube, I don't know what to tell you guys. Sorry. It's a thing, I guess. It's wonderful though that, you know, all the other stuff can work, but the little desktop program that you pay $10 a month for or whatever doesn't work. That's something to make you jump over to OBS for free, right? When you're paying a bunch of assholes that can't even get their software right. So I don't know, Vortex. I don't know what's going on. It's only doing that to YouTube because the Twitch side doesn't have any problems. So Twitch is hearing me fine now. I don't know. I guess we could try this. Let's try this real quick. Nothing. Different microphone. And now we switch back to the regular microphone. That sounds better for me. So hopefully something. Yeah, and Vortex, that's part of what's bugging me is my microphone's working fine to my system. It's just not working fine to YouTube. Oh, but this is PowerPoint. This is PowerPoint in the background here, Vortex. I just got PowerPoint up with closed captioning running, and then I just do all my stuff directly over the top of it. Basically, I just put things over it so that I can still see the closed captioning. That's how I do it. Nothing special, nothing crazy. It's just PowerPoint running in the background. So, all right. So we've got the home lab set up. Some of you guys were watching me do a little bit of the werewolf stuff, and you guys saw me reset the main primary mapping is this hardware address, and that's going to determine how the system comes up on boot P. Robotic again? I don't. Exshunya, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell everybody. I'm just gonna call it garbage on the the software side of things, because everything else looks fine. You know, I everything I see in here is doing what it should, and then it's just, you know, something on the YouTube side. Wear my teeth over on Twitch side. Good morning. Yeah, hey, how's it going? We're hanging out, and we're not working super hard. We're just working on some Linux stuff. I was doing some security stuff earlier. Now I'm trying to figure out why my sound is not working to YouTube only, but it's working just fine to both my system here and Twitch. So let me go check something. There was something weird that happened over here. Like this thought, you know what, let me close this out. Hold on, let's close Discord completely. Let's get completely out of Discord. Quit Discord completely. I feel like Discord was trying to get on my system there a little bit. Yeah, it was removed. I have turned it off and on again actually a few times now. No, Vortex, I'm not using OBS, and I really think I should. Like I'm about to tell Streamlabs to go kick fucking rocks, because it pisses me off how often this happens. Way too much on Streamlabs desktop for being like a paid for service. And you say, wait a minute, why would you pay for Streamlabs desktop? Well, because when they first allowed people from Twitch to stream on YouTube, the only place you could do it, with Streamlabs, was if you paid them. So I did that. But I really could just use OBS anymore. I really just should. I just had always used Streamlabs desktop because it was pretty easy. And anymore nowadays, I might just end up switching over. So. Yeah, Exshunya, they do it directly through. They do it. You can just do it in the program. But I'm telling you, like, Streamlabs just, you know, this is one of these weird fucking things that keeps happening with them. So, not much I can do on this side right now. Yeah, I might have to do that, Vortex, because like yeah, I think I'm paying them like $12 a month or something. So it's like, hey, get your shit right if somebody's paying you a service. But yeah, also, I've never had anything on my system crash as much as the Streamlabs desktop. It actually crashed when I started the stream today. So yeah, maybe it's time to get off of there. Go pull up what Streamlabs OBS look like, or what's OBS look like. I used to run OBS for other stuff, just for recording. I really should just do this again. I'll just set my keys for everything. Yeah. I'll leave this open so it reminds me to go check on it after. And I can go tell Streamlabs to kick rocks. What's this validator doing? That's a really weird name. But that's just about enough times to get themselves banned forever. Whoever this 92.118 address is. So. Yeah, Vortex, I kind of noticed that too after I set up Streamlabs, the desktop. I realized that they were kind of using all OBS under the hood. Yeah, Vortex, that's 100%, because when I started using it, it was Streamlabs OBS. And I remember thinking that, I was like, wait a minute. What? Because I had used OBS years ago just for recording stuff, and I didn't even think about it. I just it's kind of where I fell in when I first started doing my Twitch stuff, and I never really thought about it. So I'll go set up the OBS stuff later today. Well, I got to see if I'm going to Ohio or not today, because it looks like the storm is pretty wild. It also looks like I got people tagging me. Oh my god, I sound like a fucking chipmunk over there. Alright, I need to get off of this. Man, somebody just posted in the Discord. That's terrible. God damn them. me switch this other microphone. General. Test, 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 test. Alright, I'm gonna leave it on this microphone. Fuck it. This is a different microphone completely. I'm not even using my Yeti anymore. Does that sound better? I know I'm gonna be further away because it's the laptop microphone, but maybe that sounds better for now. Yeah, I don't want to go to Ohio. I have to go to Ohio. Work is in Ohio. All right. So, other microphone. This one sounds worse. Yeah, there's just something with Streamlabs. Because I'm on a guys, this is a completely different. I'll go back to my Yeti, but that's a completely different microphone. What I completely switched microphones there on the whole system. Now I'm back to my Yeti, and I've unplugged the Yeti. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I guess we'll just call it because I don't want to keep making bullshit like that. But yeah, expect me to come up on OBS next time because I'm not dealing with this shit anymore. This pissed me off too much. So, all right, I will talk to you guys later.